Hey there guys, this is Reckles with WTBGold, and today we are talking about one of my favorite quests. It's incredibly frustrating if you don't know what's going on, but it's one of the world quests, the Triangle Quest in Uldum, and essentially what you need to do, the goal of this, there's 4 little stations of 5 triangles. Any triangle you click on reverses whether it is on or off, and it also reverses any of the adjacent ones that triangle is touching. And so you end up just clicking madly around trying to figure out how this, and you don't feel smart. We're gonna brute force our way through this problem. And here, this is all the different combinations of the on-off lights that you can have. There's 29 different combinations in total. This right here is with 0 turned on. That's with 1 turned on. There you've got 2. There you've got 3, 4, and 5 turned on. So this is way too much. I don't want y'all to have to, like, you could just memorize the particular combination, the fastest way to solve each of these, but I've got something better for y'all. We're gonna first break down the problem. So how do we simplify this? Well, if this right here is the one you're facing, then you can click on this one right here. It turns on all 4 of these, and then it's solved. But this right here is actually just the same thing, just mirrored. So you just click this one, and then all 4 of these turned on, and it's solved. So this is, we can equate these two to, we'll just call them the same. And then a special thing happens if you click the ones on the end, then you reverse the polarity or whatever of the 3 right there. If you click one of the 2 on the bottom, then 4 get reversed. And then if you click the one in the middle, all 5 get reversed. So it just flips the problem over, which means if you have this setup, it's actually the same as this one. And if you have this setup, it's actually the same as this one, which is also the same as this one. So we're going to call all of these families, and we're going to go back and simplify our problem by looking at this. So starting at the bottom, 5, it's already solved. We don't care about it. These right here are actually the same as a few of the ones up in 1. It's just the reversed of it. And then these right here are the same as the ones in 2. And if you want to know what I mean here, like these 3 are turned on and these 2 are turned off. Well, here, these 3 are turned off and these 2 are turned on. These are the same. This one is the same as this one, and it goes on like that. Let's zoom in a little bit and see how many we're actually looking at. We've got 1 right there, 2, 3, 4. But then this one is the same as that one right there, and that one's the same as that one, so we can ignore those 2. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then at this point, we have a whole bunch of mirrors. So this one is the mirror of that one. This one is the mirror of that one. This one is the mirror up there. This is the mirror of the one at the top. So here we can ignore all those. We can ignore all the 3s, all the 4s. So we only have 10 to look at. So let's look at our simplified, prettier list. These right here are the only things we actually have to care about. So are any of them, what are the most easily solved ones here? Are there any we can do in just 1 click? 1 move can we beat this game? Yes, these 3 right here. So obviously if everything's turned off, you can just reverse them by clicking the one in the middle and they all turn on. With this one right here, you have 4 turned off, and when you click the bottom ones, it reverses them. So you click this bottom one right here, it turns those 4 on, and you win the game. And this one right here, if you click the ones on the end, it turns on 3. So it turns on those 3 right there, and you win the game. Let's just draw the rest of this. These right here are the only 2 that you actually need to memorize, and they're important enough that we're going to call them position A and position B. So let's attack the rest of these. Let's see, what can we do on this one? If we click this right here, the 5th spot, then that turns on these 3. And then we have 4 turned on and 1 turned off, which is the reverse of A. So we can reverse it by clicking 3, and then that gives us A. Sweet, we're good. For this second one, the last one we have where only 1 is lit up, if we click position 1, then that means those 2 are turned on, these 3 are turned off, and that is position B. So there we go. If you memorize those four positions, I mean, you only have to memorize 2, but if you memorize those 4 positions, then you're good. You win. You know how to beat everything. But let's go play around a little bit more and see what else we can learn. So this one down here, if we click that right there, then these 2 turn off and this one turns on. By clicking 1, that puts us at A. Cool. So then we win. This one right here, we can also click 1, and that turns that one off, that one's off, that's off, and that's off. And here we have this position right here, which we know how to solve. We took it from 2 lit up down to 1 lit up. And so here we just 5, 3, and that brings us to A. So, but before we go through each of these, we've established, 3 rules so far. The first rule is if more than 2 lights are lit up, then click the middle thing, so only 1 or 2 lights are lit up, and then you can solve more easily. And then the second rule is if it's A or B, you know how to solve it. And then if it's not A or B, then what we did with this one right here, we took it from 2 down to 1, and then we knew how to solve it with 1, and we did the same thing right here. So can we do that going forward with any of the things that have 2 lights lit up? Is there any way to only have 1 light lit up? And with all of these, actually no, but we can minimize how many we have lit up. So like on this one, and I don't know if these are the fastest way to solve these, but they work. So if you click 2 on this one, then you have the bottom one lit up. That one turns off. That one turns off. And then that is just right here. So you click 1 and then you have A. This one's a little tricky. Let's see. You could click right here. You could click 2 again. And then this would turn off. These 4 would all be on. And whenever 4 are turned on, we know we can click the middle button. And then we only have 1 turned on. So this one would then turn on. These would turn off. And we'd be back at A. And this one down here, let's see. We could turn on that one. That turns that one off and that one on. And then we would turn 2 on, and that would turn that off, that off, that off, and that would be this one right here, where you just hit the last one, reverse it, and you're at A. So that's it. I hope this helped. I know it's a lot of like random figuring it out, but this is a difficult problem to put in terms of like a wowhead comment where you say like, here's all the positions, here's the best thing to click. You know, we're going to be doing these quests for more than a year. So you don't want to have to go back to a wowhead comment every time you figure it out. You want to just know how to do it. And as long as if you go up to something, the 3 rules, if it is more than 2 lit up when you get to it, reverse it by clicking the one in the middle. You know, if it's A or B, then go ahead and solve it. And then if you have 2 lit up, try to minimize how many you light up going forward from that position. But hopefully this helped you out and gave you the mindset needed to not only figure this out, but also other problems that you need to simplify and break down and then tackle chunk by chunk going forward. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like the video. Good luck and happy gold making.